in today's session of Divorce Court. Siyata Harris says she knew in an instant Dwayne was the man for her.
I said, kiss me. And I was like, you know what? I want to be with you.
And all you needed was one kiss.
Yes, I fell in love with him.
But he says she's a phony.
He was like, would you marry me?
Your Honor, that's a lie. That is a blatant.
You were so into me. You didn't even want to leave my house.
This was based on money, Your Honor. After like 6 months or so, she says that we're gonna get like $100,000 or something to that effect. She's a hypochondriac, Your Honor. Oh, here come the circus act, Your Honor. The first minute she's gonna be crying, the next thing you know, she's gonna be sniffling, rolling around on the floor. I'm just warning you, Your Honor, because I don't want you to give in to her sensitivity that she's crying.
Take a chill pill, calm down.
Today, it's the emotional case of Siyata Harris versus Dwayne Harris in Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Siyata Harris versus Dwayne Harris. Mr. Harris, I'm advised that after a year and a half of marriage, you're ready to give it up already. What could have happened in a year and a half that makes you want a divorce?
Your Honor, this marriage has been fraudulent from the get-go. My wife has been fraudulent from the get-go.
Why is the marriage fraudulent? Tell me about it.
From the very beginning, Your Honor, this marriage, first of all, was not based on love. First of all, from the beginning.
What was it based on?
From the beginning, it was not based on love, and she knows this.
What was it based on?
This was based on money, Your Honor.
Oh.
Definitely.
On what, Dwayne? On what?
A marriage for money?
This is what she told me, Your Honor. She was pregnant. We had only been knowing each other for 1 month before we got married, but she was pregnant. So this is what she tells me. My auntie or my grandmother, whoever, has a trust fund set up for her. So if we were to get married and have this baby, after like 6 months or so, Your Honor, she says that we're gonna get like $100,000 or something to that effect. To where I would know that this baby would be taken care of. So yeah, I took that leap of faith.
You would know the baby would be taken care of.
Right, Your Honor, that's the only thing that it was about, Your Honor.
When I open my mouth, I don't care how excited either of you get. You close yours.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Now, you're saying that so you could make sure the baby could be taken care of by her trust fund. What's wrong with you?
Actually, because she brought this proposal to me, Your Honor. She brought this proposal to me. She tells me, she proposed to me, first of all, Your Honor, because of that fact. She says, well, if we get married, at least we know that our baby would be okay. I'm 21. I have no, after a month, I'm 21, Your Honor. After a month, I have no, oh, here come the circus act, Your Honor. This is what she's good for. She's going to roll around on the floor. She's going to cry because this floor.
What are you good for?
Circus act?
This is all she does. She's a hypochondriac, Your Honor. A promiscuous hypochondriac at that.
Do you got
Mr. Harris, Ms. Harris, do you know what a hypochondriac is?
Yes, I do.
What's that?
Who fakes being sick that she can get attention. This is all she does.
Well, she hasn't said anything about being sick yet.
She will, though, because I know her head. She will. I'm going to tell you the circus act before they even perform, Your Honor.
Okay, so can I give her time to do that?
I'm just warning you, Your Honor, because I don't want you to give in to her sensitivity, because she done started already.
Well, what
she's crying.
Well, excuse me.
We ain't started yet.
Well, what are you? Wait a minute.
That's because you're a hypochondriac. You want attention.
I thank you for giving me the warning. I appreciate it. Now, what warning do I need about you? Because you seem to be a little excited, too.
That's because, Your Honor, Your Honor, she knows.
Hold on. Let me get my warning about you from her. What warning do I need?
I'm an abusive person.
I'm telling you, he loses extreme, he loses cool, he pushes stuff.
Well, I already figured that out, that he loses cool.
I mean,
she is enough to make you lose cool, Your Honor. Believe me. Your Honor, she slept with 3 of my friends.
Mr. Harris, calm down. Take a chill pill. Calm down.
I can't calm down because she's...
Mr. Harris, calm down. I know you're excited. My goodness.
That's because she's played me from the beginning. She's older than me. She played me. I'm gonna admit. I thought I was out there. I thought I was the player. She played me, Your Honor. That's why.
So the player got played.
That's right, Your Honor. I will admit the player got played, Your Honor.
And that's why you're so upset.
And that's not basically why I'm upset. I'm upset is because she's faking. She's sitting here doing what she usually does, and this is in front.
I haven't done anything.
She hasn't said a word. She hasn't done anything.
I mean, she's already started the circus act. First minute she's gonna be crying. The next thing you know, she's gonna be sniffling, rolling around on the floor, Your Honor. I already know.
Mr. Harris.
He has been insecure from the moment I met him. He's
insecure, Your Honor, because she slept with me.
All let me hear her side, all right? You said it's a circus act.
It's
a circus act, you get a chance to observe, and you get a chance to enjoy the act.
But
may I have a chance to observe?
Please do, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Please do.
Come on, put on your act. Tell me what's going on.
When we first met, we met because I was in a relationship with his friend at the time.
Who she slapped week the first week of our marriage.
Mr. Harris.
Mind you, Your Honor, at the time we had just broken up, and
What we? You and the friend?
me and his friend. I didn't even notice him.
He was totally invisible to you.
Yes, ma'am. And so what happened was I was in college at the time. I had a project to do, and I had to do it in my marriage and family class. So I had to pick 100 men and get all their information, background as far as their relationships, people they met, first relations, you know, and things like that. So we was there like 2 days.
So this was a scientific project for you?
Yes, in my class. And he came and he told me, he was like, he'll do the project or whatever. And the answers
What
he
did
gave,
he have to do? Just answer questions?
he had to answer
questions.
about his first time experience with a woman, first time he ever experienced oral sex. And
So he
just
gave you all the right answers?
all the right answers. I took it to class, and my class loved him. He won
What
the
were
project.
the answers? Let me hear.
On a scale of 1 to 10, he was like, he was the bomb in oral sex, the bomb in sex, and
So he
taking
was
care-
saying, these were all answers coming from him.
Well, she married
What do you
me.
mean
It
by
had
the
to be
bomb?
true.
He was
that
good?
he was very, very good, Your
That's
Honor.
right, Your Honor.
And so he came over to my house. And, no, we talked like for a couple of days on the telephone. Conversation was
remember a
good.
couple of days,
He told me that he had broken up with his girlfriend or whatever. He hadn't been with her in like 2 weeks, and he was just looking for a real woman. And I was like, you know.
And you say, I fit the bill. Here I am.
I'm like, conversation sounded
So I
good, you know,
thought-
so let's flip the script and see what's really going on.
Woo,
So we
flip
made
the script.
So
Say it again.
that's the player attitude
So
that
we
she
made
started off
everything-
with, Your Honor.
we
That's
made-
the player attitude
Well,
she
it
started
sounded
off.
like to me you both had a player attitude.
I didn't have a player attitude, Your Honor. I was doing it strictly for our kids. She said we was having a
Wait
kid.
a minute,
I
Mr.
want him
Harris.
to be okay,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Harris, I'm talking about player attitude. You answered all the right questions on the project.
But that's because it's true. It's not that
Oh,
they
you
were the
weren't
right
playing.
answers. They were all true. It wasn't, I mean, those
Anyway,
was the facts.
I thought you told me you was a player.
I'm not a player, Your Honor. I said I had a player mentality. I got played.
What is the difference between a player and a player
I
mentality?
got a player mentality, but I don't play. I can.
Oh, you thought about it, but you never put it in
That's
practice.
right. I didn't even get a chance. I was played before I could even try. I was already played.
He was full of a
From
bunch
the
of stuff.
money, I was already played,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
Mr. Harris, hold on.
And so what happened was he came over to my house. I said, you know what, kiss me.
Oh.
He kissed me. And I was like, you know what, I want to be with you.
One
Okay,
kiss led to sex?
Yeah,
And
right
that was the
then.
answer you were looking for?
We didn't have sex
Promiscuous, Your
that
Honor.
day. We
That's
had
what I
sex
call
the
it.
day after that. But what
But
happened
I'm
was...
saying all you needed was one kiss.
It worked for me.
Yes, from him,
with
Your
everybody.
Honor, I'm not going to
Well,
lie.
it's unfortunate that I can't let you test it out here so we can see, but he's that good.
Yeah, I am, Your Honor.
When divorce court returns, the judge makes a phone call in chambers to find out if Dwayne is telling the truth.
Mrs. Harris, he says you loaned him money to buy rings for the wedding.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Dwayne Harris, who says his wife Siyata lied when she said he'd get part of an inheritance if he married her.
Even though with all the fast talking he was doing, he had sense. He was trying to get he was talking about he was going back to school. He had goals that he wanted to achieve.
So he was talking real good to you.
Right. So I'm like, okay.
All
we
in how
on-
many days?
Yeah, how many days?
About the 4th day we
So
had.
it took 4 days for him to lay it all out to you.
It
And you
took
knew in 4 days that this was the man of your dreams, the one you've been waiting for.
That's
No, it was
what
the
I
money,
said.
Your Honor.
What money?
And this is
Her
before
money.
we hadn't even talked.
She's not mentioning the fact that that's all
We
she was
haven't-
talking about
Wait a
was money.
minute, Mr. Harris. She's telling me why she was interested in you. This is
We
why
haven't
you were
even-
interested in
I was-
her, obviously, but hers was a little bit more substantive.
Okay.
She's trying to
And-
give you some points.
She's trying to throw her
You know
act, Your
what,
Honor.
Your Honor, I'm gonna be honest with it. I fell in love with him when I first got
In
with
4
him.
days.
In 4
yes,
days.
I did.
So your player role was
So-
working,
I
boy.
guess so.
So let me tell you, he hadn't met my family. I hadn't met his family.
Well, I
About
guess
a
not in
month-
4
I'm
days.
telling you.
But I met his mom.
You hadn't even met him, really?
I met his mom.
Thank you.
Anybody can put on an act in 4 days.
I mean, I met his mom, and me and his mom hit it off. His mom fell in love with me. And it was like, me and him was together all the time. He was at my mom's house with me every day.
For
Every
how many
day.
days before you married?
Right, we only knew each other for a month.
About a month.
Right, we only knew each other for a month.
He was constantly at my house. He was constantly
So
at
for
my
30
house.
days he romanced you and made good love to you,
That's
and it was
right,
good.
every day.
And what happened was...
Is that right, Mrs. Harris?
It didn't happen. It didn't happen that way.
Answer the question, Mr.
now
Harris.
just tell me. You said
Romance
what?
I fell in love with the person
I'm saying,
that
so
was.
for 30 days, you guys was romancing and making love
Sex
and enjoying
every
each
day,
other
Your Honor, every day. That's
Instant
it.
gratification constantly. Just push
Spending
the
the night-
button,
night
boom,
after
there
Every
it
day,
is.
all
That's
day,
right.
every day. Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what you were looking for?
Yeah, obviously. No, she was
No.
looking for love, Your Honor, through my sex making. That's what she was looking for.
Oh, Dwayne,
She said
don't
she
even
fell in
go
love
there.
with you.
Because you were so into me. You didn't even want to
I
leave
was
my
into
house.
sex. I didn't run into a
Into
girl that I
sex
knew in 4
after
days and I can get sex
Excuse me,
constantly and
Your
stay
Honor,
at your
I'm
house.
All right, so for both of you, it was good sex.
Yeah, pretty much from
Which
the
we
beginning.
all understand
Right.
usually doesn't necessarily mean good marriage.
So anyway, let's move it. We found out I was pregnant. I'm like, Dad, I got offered a job. I told him, I'm like, this is what I want to do.
What did you tell him you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Then I wanted to take the job.
Okay.
So I was like, so what then, Dwayne? He was like, would you marry me?
Your Honor, that's a lie. That is a lie.
What did you
It's
say?
not Dwayne. He called his mama the same
So
day.
you didn't propose to
All
me?
right, all right.
He called his mama the same day. 5 seconds later, Mom, I'm getting married. I need you to buy the ring.
I proposed
Wait a minute, he called his mother and asked her to buy the rings?
Tell me something. I'll pay you when I get paid, Mom, but we getting married
I
Friday.
told her that we
So when did the... Wait a minute.
Nothing she said so far was true, Your Honor.
When did this...
Nothing she
I got
said was
proof.
true.
I
Miss
got the
Harris,
proof.
when did
Okay.
the statement come in about your money and the inheritance?
Yeah.
This was way after it was like, I do.
Oh, that's when you told him about the money. After the marriage.
That's when we started talking about financial security, you know, and I was like,
It was after you said I do?
After-
yeah, it was after we got married.
So you called your mother immediately and asked her to buy the rings?
He knew nothing whatsoever of the
Your Honor,
effect.
Your Honor, first of all,
Just let me get something straight. She said that after you proposed to her...
I didn't. First of all,
I didn't ask the question. I just want to know, did you call your mother and ask her to give you money to buy the rings?
I asked my mother to loan me the money so that we can get the ring to
Till
on a
he
good
get
faith.
paid.
No,
He get
until
paid.
we get these hundreds of thousands that I was promised.
His mother not even that-
I'm waiting on hundreds of thousands. I'm willing to borrow
Mr. Harris,
bands
are
and
you
steal.
telling me that
Yeah,
here's
his
a woman,
mama
no,
not like
here's a
that.
woman you're about to marry,
That's right. We
and
was
you're
in a-
not willing to buy the rings?
Of course not, Your Honor, because we got money coming. She
But
said.
usually the person that's getting married
It
buys
was,
the
but it
rings
was not
first.
it was not a love thing.
His
This,
mama-
if I was so in love with her, of course I'd have sold everything I had to go buy the
Back to
ring.
the whole
So you
job.
just wanted to marry her so you could
For-
give her
because
money.
That was our agreement. She brought this agreement to me, Your Honor.
How much
asked
money
him
did
how
your
long
mother
did
give
I
you to
tell
buy the
him?
rings?
My mother gave me about $1,200, Your Honor.
About?
Yeah, $1,200. I mean, the end result is. I mean, I don't know the.
Hold on.
I don't know the exact amount, but I know it was somewhere around the $1,200 range. It was $1,150 something.
All 3 rings cost $450, Dwayne.
Get the receipt.
I
Hold on,
called
Mr. Harris,
your
now,
mama.
Mr. Harris, is that the issue?
That's the issue for me, Your Honor.
Because you want the
get
money back?
nothing.
That's right.
I earned that.
Because
You,
she
didn't- you earned.
earned
You owe me $100,000, girl. Joe, what did you earn? You owe
Mr.
me a couple
Harris,
hundred thousand.
give me your mother's number.
You better tell the truth now, Dwayne. You might as well just tell the truth now.
I'm going to go into chambers and call your mother, Mr. Harris, and I want you two to join me.
There you go, right here.
Have a seat. You want to change anything before I dial her? You still say that?
She gave me the money, Your Honor.
$1,200,
Around 12. It was around 1,200, Your Honor.
like $1,150.
Somewhere around there.
Hello?
Mrs. Harris,
Yes.
this is Judge Maybelline from divorce court.
Yes.
Your son is here with me, Dwayne Harris, and his wife.
Yes.
He says you loaned him money to buy rings for the wedding.
Yes.
Was it a gift or a loan?
Well, being my son, it was either or. You know, I mean,
How much was it?
$500.
$500.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you very much. Did you expect him to repay it?
Yeah, if he could. I mean, you know, if he ever got in possession and other
Did he
money.
promise you that he would?
Huh?
Did he tell you that he was going to get in position to repay it?
No, we didn't make any agreements like that.
Did he tell you he had hundreds of thousands coming from his wife-to-be?
He had told me that she had said that, but I told him that wasn't true because those kind of people just didn't have that kind of money. Yeah, that was always discussed. That was always a thing that, oh, yes, that she has money, you know. But, I mean, I never believed that.
And you never expected this money from the wife?
No, because I didn't believe she had it.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Harris. I appreciate your honesty.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So you trying to get $1,200 out of me, Mr. Harris?
That ring is mine. I earned that.
All right.
I mean, my mother.
Let's go back
you
out.
You promised both of us hundreds of thousands.
Mr. Harris.
Your mama didn't say that.
Close your mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I've tried hard not to throw you out of my courtroom, but you about 1/2 of a step away.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict.
You say that one more time? I heard it the first time, the second time, and the third time.
And an update on the case of Amy Hankinson versus Dale Hankinson.
She had told me that our sex life had been getting boring and she wanted to bring other parties into it.
As long as we're gonna do it, let's have fun.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back in the case of Dwayne Harris, who says he never loved his wife Siyata and only married her for the money he thought she had.
Here's the ruling of the court with respect to you being refunded $500, not $1,200. Sound like to me you tried to commit a little fraud upon this court by telling me that it was $1,200. You were trying to get doubled what you actually paid for the ring.
And he deserves
And you
it.
called Miss Harris the liar, and she was closer to the number than you. She said it was about $450 that you paid for those rings. Now, how did you come up with $1,200?
And it was for all three, including his ring. So my ring wasn't just worth $500. It was including his band, too.
point is-
She lost all the rings anyway. She threw them all
didn't say she
anyway.
lost them. She said the rings are
No, I mean,
fluid.
she threw mine. She lost mine.
Well,
So, you know.
That's not the issue. You asked me for the money back because you said that she promised you that she'd
and
get
she
money.
did promise me 100,000, Your Honor.
Can you say that one more time? I heard it the first time, the second time, and the third time. And you can keep saying it. It's not going to change my attitude nor ruling. The point is as you said from the beginning, the player got played. And you got into the situation trying to get $100,000, and you got fooled. That was a wrong reason to marry her in the first place. So the player got played. You thought you were going to come into something. You didn't come into it. You committed fraud as well because you come to this court and lied. And I wouldn't give you a dime based upon that. But even more so, legally, you're not entitled to any of it. You bought the ring. You borrowed the money from your mother. So you said, your mother said it was a gift. You're not entitled to a refund. Case dismissed.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Amy Hankinson versus Dale Hankinson.
She didn't ever want to have sex unless there's multiple partners involved.
You wanted to have a man and a woman so you could have a new experience other than him.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. Dale Hankinson said he and his wife Amy agreed that they needed to spice up their sex life, but that's when the trouble really began.
About a year ago, she had told me that our sex life had been getting boring and she wanted to bring other parties into it. She didn't ever want to have sex unless there's multiple partners involved.
You wanted to have a man and a woman so you could have a new experience other than him.
I got sick of the deal. Our sex life was nothing. He had to beg and beg for sex from me. As long as we're gonna do it, let's have fun.
Anyways, when she had pointed out who she wanted to bring home, I couldn't go through with it anymore.
Dale wanted Amy to pay him child support because she left their 2 children with him and moved in with her new boyfriend. The judge decided that Amy should help Dale support their children and ordered Amy to pay Dale $500 a month. Amy says giving support to Dale is a small price to pay to be rid of him, and she plans to regain custody of her children. Dale is now in a new relationship with a woman who's committed to sleeping only with him.
I felt that the judge made a wrong decision. She bought into the circus act like everybody usually does. I'm used to her doing this kind of thing. I'm used to getting played. I've played again. I'm just going to accept it.
I'm glad, very glad with the verdict. I'm glad she sided with me.
I'm not going to trust women like I trusted her.
I believe I'll get married because of the fact that it's good men out there. I just have to find them, and I'm going to keep looking.